Whoa! We got the jumbo buttermilk biscuits. We're gonna make some cheesy garlic bread muffins today. You guys are gonna love this. So grab your muffins. Sorry, not your muffins. Your biscuits. We're just gonna chop these. We're gonna dice these. I'm using my Ulu knife. I love this thing. So I just wanna get these all the way down to maybe, what is that, an eighth? If you're a math whiz. Just spread those out. All right, we have all that together. So we're gonna grab a bowl here and we're just gonna break that up. Make sure when you put it in there that those mini pieces, the diced pieces, are breaking up. Okay, I got a 1/4 cup of parsley flakes. You could use a fresh parsley, I just use the dried stuff. I have 3 tablespoons of butter right here. I'm gonna grab some minced garlic, a tablespoon of that. I'm gonna pour that in there. Mix it together. And you got your garlic butter. Simple as that. All right, now let's pour that in here. That looks pretty good to me. Stir that up. All right, and last but not least, we need the cheese. So let's put this back here. Grab 5 mozzarella cheese sticks. Grab your Ulu knife and make the smallest cuts that you can. We're dicing these really small. Diced even more. You know, kind of pile them all together and just rip through it. That looks pretty good to me. Now let's grab our bowl here. We're just gonna pour those right in the bowl. Make sure you get all of that cheese in there. Now I'm just gonna get my hands, get down and dirty in there. Got clean hands. I'm just gonna mix these up. I wanna get that cheese really even in there. I'm gonna grab a muffin pan right here. We're gonna grab these out of this bowl and you're gonna form it into a muffin, all right? I'm just gonna make probably 6 of these. So I'm gonna fill up these front 6 first. And these biscuits are gonna expand, so I might have made some of those a little bit too big, but we'll see. Is there really too much to ask to just have giant biscuits? I mean, I don't think it's too crazy. Okay, now let's put this in the oven at 375 for 15 minutes and check on it. Woo-wee, those look good. Wow. Guys, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna put these on a plate here. Those look so good. Okay, let's set that there. I'm gonna put this, put a little marinara sauce in here. Just like that. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of Parmesan cheese grated as well. Just kind of blend that in there a little bit. And then these are actually pull apart muffins. So what's cool is you can just grab like a little piece of this, like the biscuit piece, and then just dunk it and taste it. It's amazing. I mean, I've really done it this time, guys. Look at that. All right, we got some jumbo biscuits. Oh, this stuff's so good. The buttermilk. Guys, there are endless amounts of recipes that you can make with some buttermilk biscuits, let me tell you. So just spread these out on your baking sheet that has parchment paper. Oh, that one's all one. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of spread these out with my hands. And we're gonna make some hamburger bombs today, all right? So we're gonna spread those out nice and thin. And you don't want any gaps in there. Just don't let them tear. Okay. We got all those flattened out. Now we got our ground beef. And I went ahead and cooked these in the Kinder's Butter House steak. I love this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna get just a tablespoon. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of that in there on each one of these. And you could use steak seasonings, whatever seasoning you like to use for your hamburgers is what you would want to use here. Got some sweet relish. Now, I got the pouring kind, so I'm just gonna kind of dribble that on there. Just, you know, maybe a tablespoon of that. Some other toppings. I'm just gonna go straight to the cheese. I love me some cheddar cheese. Gonna be real careful with this. Try not to get it outside of the biscuit too much. Now, you wanna grab this and you wanna roll it on up into a ball. And once it's in a ball, you can kinda do this and smooth it out. Look at that. Can't even tell what it is. Now when your guests eat this, they're gonna be so bamboozled. Now, next step, we got 1 egg, some egg wash. We're just gonna kind of baste this on top, help this to cook better, and kind of glue together a little bit. Ooh, it's gonna be so good. That's a big boy. I gotta put some extra egg wash on there. All right, let's see here. Get that one there. I'm excited to try these. Get some like ketchup. Dunk these in, man. All right, last step, if you want to, it's optional, but just to make them look a little bit more fancy, we do some sesame seeds. Sprinkle those on top, just kind of like how you get your buns if you bought them at the store. Makes them look a little bit less biscuity. All right, now let's put the oven on 350, put these in there for about 16 minutes and check them out. Oh man, those look good. Nice and golden brown on top. Honestly, it looks like pizza dough. It's so cool how that egg wash did that. So I'm gonna grab a plate and I'm gonna put these in a ring around this plate. And then, fit one more of these in there. And then what you wanna do is get yourself a little ramekin. And I'm a ketchup fan, so I'm gonna do some French's mustard. I'm gonna get some mustard in there. You could do some honey mustard, you could use Dijon mustard or ketchup or mix the two together, whatever you think. But I'm just gonna grab this big one right here. The sesame seeds are so cool. Look at that, that is perfect. I'm just gonna dunk it right there. Look at that, ready? That's a lot of mustard. It's gonna be good. Mmm. Wow, look at that. Got your burger bomb right there. So good. Guys, this is perfect for a Super Bowl or a big game or game night, whatever you got going on. Put your favorite condiments in there. Try this out. Super easy. All right. Today we're making an awesome creative breakfast recipe. I got the butter biscuits. You know we love these things. So we're gonna spread these out on a cutting board and just want to push these together. I got 2 cans, one already started, and I'm just spreading these out as thin as I can. We're gonna add all of our favorite breakfast ingredients to this. You guys are gonna love how easy and fun this one is. Now, next step, you wanna grab some scrambled eggs and you wanna just dump that on here. We're gonna spread those out on this. I did 8 eggs, which should be the perfect amount. We're gonna see here in a second if it is or not. Now, I'm not gonna salt these eggs because we're gonna have plenty of salt from the things in this recipe, but look at that already. Like, that is looking tasty. All right, next up, you got your meat, your bacon. We're gonna spread that bacon on there. This is already cooked. If you want to use sausage instead, just make sure you cook it beforehand because we're not gonna be baking this at a high enough temperature for this meat to cook. So make sure you just spread those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. It's a great number. Now let's do some black pepper. I'm not gonna do salt because this bacon has a lot of salt in it already, but if you want to, go for it. I love pepper. Next up, we got the mild cheddar cheese. This stuff is a classic. I have a 1 pound bag, probably just gonna do a couple handfuls. This is 4 cups. I'd say probably a cup and a half maybe would do the trick. All right, now next step is we're gonna roll this bad boy up. You want to roll up the entire thing together. Make sure you don't have any gaps in that biscuit dough. Oh yeah. Now we're just going to cut this into slices very carefully. And we are going to place these puppies right on there, nice and snug. Squeeze that on in there. So I was able to fit most of those in there. And I'll probably just cook these separate, but this is a pan full right here. So let's put this in the oven at 350 for about 16 minutes and check it out. Oh my gosh. Guys, this turned out so good. Okay, I gotta get one of these. I'm just gonna kind of cut around this biscuit. Make sure it's off the sides. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. If you have a spatula, you can get a spatula, or I'm just gonna get like a fork and kind of pry this out of there. Wow. Man, those eggs cooked so good. Okay, I don't know how to bite this. I think I'm just gonna pick it up. That looks so good. All right, here we go. Let's try this out. That's good. You grab some truffle sauce on that. Pour some of that on there. Look at that. This is truffle, black truffle infused hot sauce. Stuff's amazing. Get that bacon. Yeah. That's good. Woo! All right, we got the jumbo buttermilk biscuits. Back again with another awesome, easy recipe for you guys. I think this one you're gonna really love. So we're making some biscuit soft pretzel bites. My wife actually makes homemade pretzels. And this is like a much simpler way. Obviously it's gonna taste different because it's gonna be biscuit, but the ability for anyone to make this is what's really cool about it. So we're gonna cut these into quarters. I'm just using a pizza cutter because it's nice and easy to get those slices down. All right, we got all that done. So now we're just gonna ball these up. Just nice and easy with your hands. Ball all these up and we'll get to dropping these into the boiling water. All right, so we got our biscuit dough. We got some boiling water and half a cup of baking soda. We're gonna drop these in about 15 seconds to 30 seconds each. I'm just gonna do like a couple batches of these. All right, now that we got that, next step is just grabbing some egg wash. Put the right on here, it's just 1 egg. It's gonna help it be nice and flaky. Next step is just grab some coarse salt. You just wanna get that covered right after you do that egg wash so that it sticks really well. All right, now let's put this in the oven at 425 for about 15 minutes. Whoa, those turned out so cool. Look at the salt little guys on there, nice and crispy. Honestly, it looks like a pretzel. That's crazy. I'm just gonna add these to a plate and get these kind of, and they're not sticking. That's so nice. They look really cooked too, which I'm excited about. Who knew that you could make pretzels with biscuits? It's insane to me. Whoa, we got a runner. Okay, a couple more. I'm leaving some room for the cheese dip I'm gonna use. So just fill up your plate. All right. And then you can make your own homemade cheese dip or just buy this Gordo's cheese dip. I love this stuff. I got the mild version of it. But man, am I excited to try this. Okay, let's see. Let's get this one. That one looks pretty good. I like how this one has like the burnt, but also the kind of brown and the normal biscuit color in there. I think it's gonna be a good texture. That's nice. Let's try it out. Wow. That tastes like a pretzel. That is crazy. That's so much easier than getting flour and all those stuff to make pretzels. My wife takes like an hour or so to make that, and I made it in like a few minutes. I gotta show her this one. Man, is that good. Woo! Look at that, how that turned out. All right. Today we are making a pizza bake with some biscuits. I got the buttermilk. You can also use those flake ones. Those are good too. So we're gonna just break these up into pieces like this. Those 2 biscuits. I'm gonna grab your kitchen scissors. I'm gonna cut that up into 8 total pieces. So if you do 4 with each half, that's 8. Boom, boom. Now, we're gonna grab a greased 9x9 pan, and you're just gonna put these goo globs in there. Now I have some Italian sausage. I'm gonna get about a cup of this. I'm gonna pour that in there. There we go. Okay, and then I have some pizza sauce. I'm gonna do about 4 or 5 ounces of that. There we go. And then I have some, this is 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm gonna grab a tablespoon of some minced garlic. Dump that in there. You mix that together, you got your garlic butter. Simple as that. Mix that together a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna pour that on top of here. Make sure you cover those biscuits really nice. Super easy recipe because you just kind of dump and go. We're gonna add a little bit of seasoning. So we have some Italian seasoning. Just measure with your heart, maybe half a tablespoon. And then a little bit of parsley flakes. Just a little bit of that. Okay. Now, before I mix this all the way up, I'm gonna get a giant bag of mozzarella cheese. But I'm just gonna use about a cup of this. So usually about a handful is plenty. Right there. That's what we want. All right, now get your spoon. You wanna mix this up. Want to really get the sauce and the cheese in these biscuits all around them, get in their business. You could do Canadian bacon in here. You could do some, might be able to do some veggies. Might have to cook it a little bit different, or mushrooms. Mushrooms might be good in here. But whatever your favorite pizza toppings are, you could put them in here. Just making sure that all that cheese is between these biscuits. That's looking pretty good right there. Okay, now let's kind of smooth that out in the pan. But not least, we're gonna grab some pepperoni slices to make this a little double meat duo. So you just want to put your pepperoni slices right on top of there. It's an easy biscuit pizza. Kind of casserole style, so you'll be able to cut it into different ways, different sizes, which is nice for feeding different size people if you got kids around. All right, just kind of spread them in there, maybe one more. All right, now let's cook this first at 350 for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna cover it for 10 more minutes. Whoa, baby, that looks good. Man, I'm just gonna dive right into this. That actually turned out better than I thought. So I'm gonna do like squares, like pizza squares. Since there's not really like a crust on this pizza, you can kind of make your sizes whatever you want to be, but look at that, how that turned out. There's a side view of it. Man, I'm gonna kind of bite into this so you can see. I get my fork and cut open. Look at that, guys. That biscuit pizza. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's try it out, should we? I'm gonna take this whole bite. Mmm. Now that is good. Man, that sausage, pepperoni, nice and not too dry. I crushed that one.